The chief had no standing army. However, each chieftainship had a military leader known as the jokwe. Before mobilizing for war, the chief and the jokwe would consult the elders, and a ritual ceremony would be performed to seek communication from the clan's ancestors about the military strength of the enemy clan. The ritual consisted of drawing a circle on the ground and then tying a chicken to the center of it. The circumference of the circle would be labeled alternately with signs of either victory or defeat. The chicken in the center of the circle would then be slaughtered. If it died near defeat, the chief would advise the entire clan not to go for war. He would proceed to negotiate for peace with the head of the enemy clan. If, however, the chicken died near victory, the clan had to go for war, no matter how weak it was, because it was believed that the ancestral spirits would give them support and the strength to win. In certain cases, such as among the Leko, the women would accompany their husbands to war. It is said that such women were not assailed during the war, due to a belief that if a man killed a woman during the war, the ancestors would not like it, and he would therefore fall victim to his enemies much earlier than expected. The purpose of taking women to battle was for them to yell and encourage their husbands. They would also remove the causalities and the dead and hide them until the battle was over. Disputes were settled by clan elders. The most serious of the cases would be referred to the chief. Women and children would not participate in passing judgment. However, unlike the Lugbara, who would not allow the women and children to linger near the court, the kakwa allowed them to attend. They were required to sit down and listen, but they were not expected to talk, except if they were testifying as a witness. Some serious cases were often difficult to judge. Serious cases included murder and adultery. If a man was caught committing adultery, he would be killed outright, and no one would raise a case against the murder. Similarly, there was no time for judging a thief. He would be killed, as they said, in the manner foxes are killed, something similar to mob justice. The murder of a person from another clan would bring warfare between clans, and the murdered person was not mourned until sufficient revenge had been effected. If one killed a clansman, revenge was not approved of. The murderer would pay compensation of a cow or two. People often confessed frankly in the form, "I killed ABCC because of XYZ." If the accused denied the charges, 2 tests would be carried out to prove him guilty or not guilty. In cases involving witchcraft or poisoning, once the accused pleaded not guilty, the following procedures would be undertaken. If a woman was accused of poisoning her husband and she denied it, she would be taken to the stream to prove her innocence. The woman's clansmen and the relatives of the husband would also come to the stream. The woman would then be fed on jeja or kuru, wild plant seeds, and asked to drink plenty of water. If she was innocent, she was expected to vomit all the water. But if indeed she had poisoned the husband, she would not vomit anything, and it was said that her stomach would begin to swell. At that point, she would be killed by the relatives of the husband, while her own clansmen looked on. If, however, she vomited the water, her relatives would come to her defense, and if she was not compensated for this abuse, war could easily ensue between the 2 clans. The payment of a bull or a cow by the husband's relatives would restore the woman's reputation and bring things to order once again. If a couple was caught having sex outside marriage, the boy would be held hostage until his people paid a ransom, usually a cow or 4 goats in lieu. Quite often too, the boy would be forced to marry the girl. These were simple cases which could not lead to war between different clans.